Now, from WYDC TV, this is Big Fox News at 10.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Anna Manuel. A warehouse in Elmira Heights is now destroyed from a fire that broke out there Monday night. Our Maggie Hall has more on the story.
Last night, a warehouse in Elmira Heights went up in flames. The warehouse itself is reportedly owned by pool and hot tub retailers Hesselson's, located also in Elmira Heights. There is no report yet on the level of property loss due to the fire. Hesselson's owner Tom Witzel was unavailable today, and an employee declined to comment at this time.
As you can see behind me, heavy equipment teams have already been called in to tear down what remains of the warehouse. Deputy Fire Chief Bill Witowski told me this morning that calls came in around 4:30 p.m. yesterday for them to come extinguish the blaze.
Multiple fire crews reported to the engulfed warehouse. The cause of the fire is unknown.
This isn't actually the first time that this particular warehouse has caught on fire.
6 years ago, two 16-year-olds were arrested for arson in another section of this particular warehouse. The bones of the warehouse are surrounded by fire line caution tape. Chief Witowski said that the building is very unsafe. No surrounding buildings were damaged. As the building was vacant, no injuries are reported at this time. We will continue to follow and report any further updates in this case. Maggie Hall, Big Fox News, Elmira Heights.
Just days ago, the city of Ithaca was on the brink of hiring a new police chief, but now the city will look at other options. Ithaca Mayor-elect Laura Lewis planned on announcing acting chief John Jolie as the city's next police chief, but rescinded the nomination to look at other candidates. The decision was made after a selection committee had settled on a different candidate from the Binghamton Police Department. Jolie was scheduled to be appointed at the Common Council meeting on December 7th. The president of SUNY Binghamton made an announcement regarding a future merger between Binghamton and SUNY Broome. President Harvey Stanger stated that the proposal is still in its early stages, but they're awaiting a response from the SUNY Board of Trustees. Stanger listed several positive results that could come from the merger, including increased enrollment at SUNY Broome, greater utilization of spaces and facilities, lowering administrative costs, and providing a clearer path for transfer students between the schools. The impending closure of a Horseheads daycare center is being saved by a community member. Big Fox's Josh Feldberg speaks to the owner of Amy's Sunshine Center.
Parents were shocked last month when they received a letter in the mail stating the Chemung Valley Early Learning Center in Horseheads was shutting down in just a few weeks. When one community member heard the news, they decided to step up and take the opportunity to help the families in need.
How can you not? You know, if you see a community that's struggling and you have the knowledge and ability to do something, I think that you absolutely have a responsibility to help.
The power of social media helped bring the dire situation to Amy's attention.
Actually, my husband was looking on Facebook late on a Saturday and noticed that the building was being closed down here and sent it to me, and I reached out to a few of the parents and they said, yeah, this would be a great opportunity to expand the Sunshine Center.
The old Chemung Valley Early Learning Center will now become a second location for Amy's Sunshine Center.
So the families are actually, most of them are coming back once we can reopen the doors, and then the staff, we were able to hire most of them back, but a couple did find placement elsewhere, but we're happy to work with the existing staff that was here.
I'm at Amy's Sunshine Center in Painted Post. The center here is now able to care for families with children in pre-K and infants. The new Amy's Sunshine Center is still waiting for licensing to officially reopen the doors, but they are looking to reopen as quickly as possible. Josh Feldberg, Big Fox News, Horseheads.
Want to support women and need new eyeglasses? Well, it may not immediately sound like it, but these two go together at the Market Street Stroll and Glasswork Opticals Trunk Show. The trunk show will feature designs you can't find anywhere else in Corning, with the proceeds going to women in need.
So we are one of, I think, 12 businesses involved in the Market Street Stroll, which is going to be from 4 to 8 on Thursday night. We're open till 9. But all of the participating businesses are donating a portion of their evening sales to the Fund for Women.
The Market Street Stroll at Glasswork will also feature pastries from Honeyduke's Bakery and food from the cellar. Swing by Market Street this Thursday to maybe get some Christmas shopping done and support women in the Southern Tier. Former President Trump angering some of his allies for posts on his social media platform that suggest parts of the Constitution should be thrown out because he didn't win 2 years ago. Well, now he is walking back that post. Lauren Blanchard reports.
Social media posts have landed former President Trump in hot water with members of his own party. While saying the election 2 years ago should have been overturned, he wrote this over the weekend, quote, "A massive fraud of this type and magnitude allows for the termination of all rules, regulations, and articles, even those found in the Constitution." The presidential candidate then posted Monday, "The fake news is actually trying to convince the American people that I said I wanted to terminate the Constitution." While there was outrage on the airwaves, members of his own former administration have rebuked the president.
As far as putting the Constitution aside, I candidly think that's what he asked the vice president to do 2 years ago when rioters were attacking the Capitol.
You know, he says a lot of things. You have to take him in context. He has no ability to suspend the Constitution.
Democratic leaders say there needs to be more pushback.
We need nothing less than an avalanche of condemnation from Republicans. But sadly, all we've gotten so far are just a few flurries.
The White House says the former president's own Homeland Security officials and judges proved the 2020 election was secure.
The American people came together just past midterms and utterly rejected the dangerous conspiracy that we have been hearing, the big lie that we have been hearing from the former president, but also many Republicans.
Former President Trump so far is the only officially declared candidate for 2024. In Washington, Lauren Blanchard, Fox News.
As the holiday shopping season gets into full swing, the Better Business Bureau is warning against holiday scams. Heather Sullivan has more on where you should be most alert.
The Better Business Bureau says many of the holiday scams are in social media, such as ads for holiday apps.
You think that your child will get to, watch Santa feed the reindeer or light the menorah or even give the list to Santa of the toys that we want. Unfortunately, free apps can load viruses on our computers, and it can also lead to identity theft if it asks a lot of questions.
They say some scams appear as gift exchanges.
If I buy one gift card, I'll get 10 gift cards. You won't get any gift cards, so just be careful.
Package delivery scams are rampant. You'll get an email or text message that looks like it's from UPS, DHL, or this fake FedEx message saying your delivery has been suspended or we've been trying to reach you. Please respond immediately.
You might think that, oh, I need to pay more money because I got a email from the place I bought the gift, but I didn't pay enough in shipping and handling. That's always a red flag.
You can hover your mouse over a web address to see where it's really from.
Because the link might put malware on your phone or on your device. And if you look at the links, a lot of times it's not from the Postal Mail Service or FedEx or UPS. It's from someone else.
The BBB says consumers are also getting phone calls, emails, and texts purporting to be from a bank, Amazon, PayPal, or Netflix, saying there's a problem with your account.
But it's not. They're saying click the link to see what's going on, but they're loading malware to your computer and your devices, or they're looking for money. So again, just be cautious, verify it.
Your complete forecast is coming up, plus this.
Here's your local stock market update from Big Fox. Now, your Twin Tiers forecast from Big Fox.
Well, it's been a dreary Tuesday that will continue as we step into our Wednesday. Note that we did see accumulation range just around a few tenths of an inch, upwards of a quarter of an inch. And as we step through the overnight, that first wave of those showers does continue to depart, but there will be a quickly returning second round that does have some isolated areas of some moderate downpours possible for the early portion of the day. By the afternoon, there could be some clearing, maybe even an area of some sunshine there. But for the most part, what we will be tracking in as we even get out of the rainfall is still going to be some cloudier conditions. Now, when it comes to rainfall accumulation, generally talking about just about a few tenths of an inch. But again, there were some of those pockets that were giving some chances of some moderate downpours. So can't rule out a few locations walking away with upwards of that quarter of an inch of a rainfall accumulation as we step into our Wednesday morning. Now, what we'll see as we continue into the rest of the week is that after we get out of that rainfall, there is a frontal system passage, and that does bring in some cooler conditions. Now, it's still looking though seasonal as we see that we've been dealing with the high temperatures climbing within the 50s, as that will again be possible under the wet weather for our Wednesday forecast, but then that pullback starts to occur into Thursday, and we keep around seasonal temperatures at least into early next week. Now, it is going to be paired up with some pretty gloomy skies, going to have some limited chances, but chances to see some sunshine. However, even under some gloomy skies, again, temperatures stay near seasonal and winds will remain light. There will be some small hiccup chances for some precipitation, and that first chance looks to come Saturday morning with a few flurries due to those temperatures being cooler in the morning, and the next chance after that looks to come late on Sunday. So rolling into our forecast here, we note that we've had that wet weather pattern setting up for our Wednesday. Generally, though, still seeing those 50s. Now, also remember that our overnight low temperatures are holding within the 40s, so we're not seeing much warming through the day, and with the wet weather, it might feel a little bit cooler at times, but we still have the highs at least being able to climb within those 50s. Where we should be at is into those lower 40s this time of the year. Now, stepping into Thursday's forecast, this is when that cooler air starts to move in. Now, when we note that, as I say cooler air, but we only drop the temperatures from those low 50s to about those low to mid 40s. So we're still close to that average for this time of the year and not looking at a big drop off in the temperatures. Some of this cloud cover actually remaining across the area is going to keep some heating at the surface, as well as a southerly wind that is going to return back up across portions of the eastern portion of the state. So as we look at the extended forecast, there's even a chance to bring back in some of those 50-degree high temperatures from the 12th through the 16th, as there is a warmer than average trend that is going to be pushing in, but it is going to be paired up with some active weather. Now, as we look at the forecast, we do stay steady near what's average again through at least early next week with those mostly cloudy skies. There will be a chance for some wintry mix from Sunday into Monday, and then we'll track some of those warming temperatures to return across the area again.
PepsiCo announces a series of job cuts. A customer asked TGI Fridays, "Where's the mozzarella?" And the Queen of Christmas is dominating the charts. CJ Papa has those stories and more in today's Business Briefs.
PepsiCo is reportedly laying off hundreds of workers at its North American snacks and beverage division. The Wall Street Journal reports the company sent a memo to employees saying the layoffs were to simplify the organization so we can operate more efficiently. The consumer giant staffs over 129,000 U.S. workers. A customer is now suing the maker of TGI Fridays baked mozzarella sticks after learning they were actually filled with cheddar cheese. The discovery was made when the person saw the box only said cheddar and not mozzarella. Originally, the customer tried to sue the restaurant chain, but a judge let them off the hook. Fox News Books celebrating its 5th back-to-back bestseller since launching 2 years ago. The latest top seller, Harris Faulkner's Fate Still Moves Mountains, joins Pete Hegseth's Modern Warriors, the Duffys' All-American Christmas, and Shannon Bream's 2 tributes to women in the Bible. The 5 books have sold a total of more than 1.5 million copies. And Spotify says Mariah Carey has the most streamed Christmas song of all time with All I Want for Christmas. Wham's Last Christmas, Ariana Grande's Santa Tell Me, Michael Bublé's It's Beginning to Look a Lot Like Christmas, and Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree by Brenda Lee round out the top 5. That's business. I'm CJ Papa.
Shopping for a Christmas tree this year might leave you feeling like a Scrooge. Jackie Ibanez has that story.
Decking the halls may require you to dig a little deeper into your wallet this year, as the cost of Christmas trees is up across the country.
It is expensive. Well, it was expensive last year, so this year I can't imagine it's going to be even worse.
The National Christmas Tree Association attributes the higher prices to rising production costs and a lower supply of trees. Expect to pay about 10% more compared to last year. Some drought-affected areas could see prices jump as much as 25%.
The very best trees are going to have that premium price, and particularly the large trees.
The market is also determined by what conditions were like 10 to 15 years ago, since that's how long it takes to grow the trees to maturity. The 2008 economic crisis forced many growers to call it quits.
A lot of the farmers were getting older and kind of aging out anyway, so a lot of the smaller and medium-sized growers just went ahead and went out of business.
But you can still save some money without dampening your holiday cheer. Consider downsizing or going with a tree that has some unique character quirks.
I've had people come out here and pick much less than a perfect tree, in my opinion, send me a picture of it after they decorate it, and I say, wow, that looks pretty darn good.
Growers expect the market to rebound in a few years as supply recovers. And if all else fails, you can always go with an artificial tree.
Still ahead, a surge in cases of flu, COVID-19, and RSV among children has increased demand for children's medication nationwide, making meds hard to find. That story and more coming up. A surge in cases of flu among COVID-19 and RSV among children has increased demand for children's medication nationwide. Now, this spike in need is also making it hard to find medication in some places. Laura Diaz has more on those shortages.
I'm certain it's going to be scary for a lot of parents to face.
Infants, Tylenol, ibuprofen flying off the shelves.
At drugstores all across the Southland, the bare shelves for children's over-the-counter medication tell the story of a flu season in overdrive. From Upland to West LA and cities in between, our cameras found cough medicines and Tylenol nearly impossible to locate for sick kids and babies. This Ontario pharmacist tells us just how bad it is.
Like Tylenol, like infant Tylenol, children's Tylenol, but we're running out of that as well, unfortunately. We bought like 3-4 cases. We're almost done with our last case, actually.
The triple threat of COVID, RSV, and flu have packed doctors' offices and hospitals this winter season. In some cases, a child is moderately sick and then his condition worsens. This pediatric epidemiologist explains.
What can happen is a bacterial infection can kind of piggyback off of the flu. The most common one being an ear infection, and you wanted to just treat them with amoxicillin. And we have a shortage of especially the ones you need for little kids, the syrup.
The exact reason for the medicine shortage, both prescription and over-the-counter, is not known. But medical professionals theorize some of the shortage was triggered by supply chain issues, coupled with a powerful flu season. This doctor cautions against fever phobia. He says if your child or baby has a fever and you can't find medicine, there's still a lot that parents can do.
If they want to be kept warm, give them a nice warm blanket. Even if they have a fever, it's okay. There is now excellent studies, I think going all the way back to 2008 or 2009 from the UK, that chicken soup works.
Tech experts say parents who love to share information about their kids on social media are creating more cybersecurity risk. A Wall Street Journal report says the more parents post information, including names, birth dates, milestones, and more, the greater the risk that cybersecurity crimes will happen. A study says the average child will have 1,500 photos of themselves online by their 5th birthday. Barclays Bank warns that by 2030, there could be 7.4 million identity thefts a year because of sharenting. That's when parents post too much info online, and the info is hacked or bought on the dark web. More crypto exchanges are announcing layoffs. Cryptocurrency exchange Bybit says it is laying off 30% of its staff, while another exchange called SwiftX is letting 35% of its employees go. Bybit's CEO says there's the potential for more black swan type events and says trading volumes could suffer a potentially sharp fall in the first half of 2023. Not only have trading volumes fallen, but questions about whether FTX misused customer funds to prop up trading house Alameda Research have led to a loss of faith in centralized marketplaces. The bleakest outlook comes from BlackRock CEO Larry Fink, who expects most crypto companies won't survive the havoc FTX's fall has unleashed. Stay with us. We'll have more after the break. And here's a yummy smile to leave you with. You can now get the taste of IHOP more easily. The breakfast restaurant chain is rolling out a mini pancake cereal. The idea coming from a series of viral videos that showed miniature homemade pancakes served in bowls cereal style. IHOP teaming with General Mills to create a blueberry and syrup mini pancake cereal. The limited edition cereal is expected to arrive in select retailers later this month, and they'll go nationwide in January. I'm Harriet Wallace. Thanks for watching.